So what we have here is my 2000 Honda Civic SI. Pretty nice car. It's been repainted in the past, but it was like a full jam out paint job, so everything was painted. So if you'll follow me around to the front, we got some Graham Light 57s on there. What we have here is this is a JDM K24A. It's got a whole bunch of parts on it. It's basically got the whole hybrid and K-Tune catalog on this thing. We got Skunk 2 Ultra Manifold, K-Tune 80mm throttle body, K-Tune upper radiator housing, K-Tune intake manifold adapter housing. We got K-Tune thermostat housing. We got CSF tucked radiator and derail fans on there. What else we got? We got K-Tune filter and K-tuned everything, really. Hasport engine mounts, K-Tune AC delete. We got hybrid racing, fucking everything else basically. Blocks 4-to-1. I got a huge list of shit. I don't even remember what's all on this car. We've got the V3 hybrid racing shifter in here. All original on the inside besides the personal wheel. Oh, and we got a little carbon tray here. What else? It's on full TN, full body coilovers, K-Tune upper control arms, MPC rear lower arms, and subframe brace. It's a pretty solid car. But let me explain to you how I got this thing. So I didn't take any, well, I might have a couple little Instagram things that I can piece together, but basically I got on Marketplace a couple weeks ago and I bought a 350Z, a 2007 HR 350Z for $3,500. It needed quite a bit of work. It had like little front end damage up here in the front, but it wasn't that bad at all. So I did a whole lot of work to that Z, replaced the whole front end, repainted the whole car, did oil gallery gaskets, water pump, AC condenser, valve cover gaskets, spark plugs, intake manifold gaskets, coil packs, like a whole nine. Got that Z running really good. It was an automatic car though, so the only reason I bought it was because it was an HR. I figured it would sell anyways. So I posted that sucker up on Facebook Marketplace and I got hit up to trade for this thing. So you already know, stock automatic 350Z for K24 swapped EM1. I mean, you can't beat that. Can't beat that. All right, so I figured I'd give you a little update. Last time you saw the car, I was changing the clutch on it. After I changed the clutch, I redid the starter and alternator wiring, and now the car's on the trailer and we're on the way to Orlando. It's 1:45 in the morning and I got about 4 hours left, I think. Just shy of 4 hours left to get to Orlando. I'm gonna try to finish out the drive tonight. First thing in the morning, I'm meeting with somebody to trade. So tomorrow, as long as the deal goes through, you're about to see the new car that we're trading up to. So hopefully all goes smooth. Ride's good so far, almost there. All right, hey, what's up? Look what we got. So last you saw, I had that K24 EM1. Look what we just traded for, back in an S chassis. I needed to make this video now before I touch the car because I'm really bad at doing like before footage, but this is what I traded for, back in an S chassis. Just looks like an S14. Boom. It's not actually a LS7. It's a LS2 though. It is a real LS2. Complete swap out of a GTO. It's got a brand new T56 in it and GTO cluster and all that stuff. This car has a lot of good parts on it. The guy that I bought it from like had no idea anything about it. I didn't even get a mod list with the car, so I'm just gonna go through it myself. But yeah, the engine bay's painted. Check it out. It looks good underneath the dust, right? The exterior just needs paint, but you know that's nothing. I'm always painting. This will be just like, this will be like the S14 version of the LS car I built last year, the coupe. Because we're going to go back factory color. Because, you know, red door jams can't be doing that. But anyways, look, we got Feel suspension on this thing. It's got Feel coilovers. It has Z32 brakes all the way around, front and rear. Not only does it have the Z32 brakes, but we're running full Z32 knuckle, so it's got the whole drum handbrake assembly from Z32. We've got Z32 axles. We've got Z32 diff. All the rest is ISR Pro Series arms. We got some energy suspension bushings. Pieced together exhaust. It's an NVIDIA resonator though, whatever. The rest of it's just pieced together though. It looks kind of terrible. Probably have to redo that. The inside, let's check it out. It is complete. It has everything. Everything's not in the best condition, but I have really good door panels that I can swap these out with. The dash, I have another dash, or I might just get a mat for it. It's got all the rear interior. It's got all the trunk interior too, surprisingly. Got the factory ECU over here that we'll have to clean up all that wiring and hide that. Yeah, it's all complete in here. Blower motor still works and everything's still under the dash for AC, even though the fuse boxes are tucked. Here, let me pop the trunk. I'm like super pumped up on this car because I thought it was just gonna be pretty basic, but it's got a lot of parts that I wasn't even told that it had, so that's sick. Yeah, all the interiors back here, battery relocated. We'll have to clean up some of the wiring to the fuel pump and stuff. The other headlight and taillights in here because he started doing body work on this side, so that's a plus. What else? Yeah, look, check it out. GTO cluster. The coolant temp sensor and the fuel sensor don't work, but the RPM and speedo do. I'm gonna try to get the coolant and fuel pressure sensor working, or the fuel level sensor. I feel like the fuel level sensor, all I should have to do is just get a GM GTO fuel level sensor and put that in a tank, and we should be good. Or at least just put the mechanism in there and then use the same float rod that comes in this tank. I just need the ohm reading because they're slightly different between the GM and the S chassis. So, but other than that, I mean, this thing's pretty clean. Look, slick top, no sunroof, that's excellent. They got some stuff hot wired in here that I'm gonna have to rewire because, like, check it out, like the battery voltage just stays on all the time, and so does the backlight for that coolant temp sensor, or that coolant temp gauge. Oh, look, here's the door handle. Don't have to worry about that. What's in here? Oh, I hate hex head bolts. They're so annoying. Where's all this stuff? Oh, look, AC Doco spark plugs, brand new. These are expensive, the Iridiums. That's like $80 value. Junk intake, wipers. But yeah, this is pretty much it. I just had to get this thing on video before I started ripping into it because I'm really bad about that. Like, do full turnarounds on cars and barely get any footage. I started cleaning up the engine bay and I was like, yo, I have to film something. So I'm just gonna start cleaning up the engine bay a little bit, get the engine bay looking cleaner. The car runs good. Here, let me start it up for you while we're here. All right. Make sure we're neutral. Not bad. Probably use a retune, so I'm going to get in there and mess with it a little bit, mainly just like the startup enrichment, but this thing's pretty solid. Seems like it runs great. It's got a little cam in it. He said it made 390 wheels the last time it was dynoed. But yeah, pretty promising car. So I traded that K24 Swap Civic straight up for this thing. I just had to drive 7 hours to get it. I got it now though, and we're gonna turn this into an even bigger profit. Just cleaned up the paint, took off the misleading covers off the engine. So now we just got the LS2 sticker on the throttle body. But it's not bad. I'd like to change out the red hoses. I'd like to change out this intake. It just like looks out of place, as well as the hoses, those look out of place. Other than that, I mean, I'd like to like retouch that bleeder line going up there. And other than that, I probably won't really do too much to the engine bay. The car runs really good. It looks clean in here already. Might tidy up a couple little things, and like I said, I'll probably put AC in it. But other than that, the engine bay is pretty dialed. We'll just do a tune-up on it with those free spark plugs I found, and do some body work. Got the interior vacuumed out. I just have to deal with this rat's nest at some point. And I'll probably change or dye the carpet because we got a really big stain right there that I don't think will come out. The seats, this one's not bad. It's got a couple stains in the front, and then that one's kind of stained up, but I've cleaned up worse S14 seats before, so should be no problem. So I'll do a little video of shampooing those too. The engine, it runs good, but we got some electrical things that we need to tend to. Let me tell you, I am about to open up a can of worms. Fuse box is gone. Just built this whole two for two. Body work after body work after body work.